Hello everybody, this is Freakin' Rican from Freakin' Rican News Network, and I'd like to talk about something a little bit different today. I'd like to talk about police officers and how they like to keep their home life private. And I get that. What I don't get is the things they do to bring their private lives out into public due to violence in the home. Now we see what officers do when they are caught on camera. Sometimes that gives you an indication on their personality. Imagine you have a spouse that's an officer that is abusive to you. They're on a police force, so who do you turn to? I'm sure there are threats of no one will believe you and so on and so on. As a child myself growing up with domestic violence, I am passionate on bringing attention to people in power, not just police officers that use their power to prey on the more fragile people in their lives. Now, I've got a few stories here that I'd like to share, and here's one right now.
Of charges that have been filed in Delaware County against the Licking County deputy who drove his cruiser into a neighbor's home. This all happened yesterday in Reynoldsburg. Multiple 911 calls gave us better insight into the moments just after the crash. Let's get right to NBC4's Tyler Carter, who has more information on those charges and those 911 calls. Tyler?
Yes, Mark. Deputy Jonathan Yeager has been charged with domestic violence and assault, this stemming from a domestic dispute he had with his wife, but prior to him running his cruiser into this home. A day after an off-duty Licking County Sheriff's deputy, 39-year-old Jonathan Yeager, crashed his cruiser into a neighboring house, authorities say his wife has filed a protection order. Reynoldsburg police and Licking County personnel responded to 911 calls and radio traffic of a deputy in distress after some kind of domestic dispute.
I need all available West units, 9145 Ridgeline Drive.
To a 39-year-old male that's having psychiatric issues. Believe that he did just crash now.
Neighbors frantically calling 911 for help.
A sheriff call has been in an accident. There's a guy bleeding on the floor.
The dispatcher goes on to talk the caller through helping Yeager while emergency crews arrive.
We just need to hold direct pressure on the wound, okay?
Yeager, a 10-year veteran with the department, was taken to Grant Medical Center where he was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Construction workers and repairmen spent the day nailing a blue tarp and 2x4 wood boards into the front of the home where the deputy struck. Reynoldsburg police have turned the case over to the Ohio Bureau of Criminal Investigation. And the Licking County Sheriff's Office has placed Yeager on administrative leave. Local for you in Reynoldsburg tonight, Tyler Carter, NBC.
All right. All right, I got another one for you.
New information on a Seekonk police officer facing numerous charges.
And we broke the story on Eyewitness News at noon. We're told the charges against 38-year-old Gary Rushing include assault and battery and strangulation.
Eyewitness News reporter Eric Halperin is live in studio with the new details. Eric?
Mike and Shannon, Rushing is out on personal recognizance tonight and on administrative leave. We got the arrest report from court today, and due to the sensitivity of the details in it, we have chosen not to identify the victim in any of our reporting. Court documents obtained by Eyewitness News show Rushing and the victim had been in a relationship that lasted about a year, ending in late 2017. The arrest report states the victim is a dispatcher in Seekonk, the same town Rushing has been a police officer in for about 2 years, now on administrative leave. The arrest report describes numerous occasions over about a year and a half in which the victim tells police she was assaulted by Rushing. It details a history of the victim saying she was strangled by him. According to the documents, she told police it happened in Attleboro, East Providence, and Seekonk. Police write she stated she learned to fake consciousness in order to stop him from continuing to strangle her. On a couple of occasions when she faked consciousness, he realized she was faking and strangled her harder, to the point where she stated she went into a state of seizure. We reached out to Rushing's attorney. In a statement sent to Eyewitness News, his attorney Peter Pasuccio writes, Officer Rushing is a decorated military veteran and a well-respected member of the Seekonk Police Department. He looks forward to defending himself against these false allegations and clearing his name. According to the report, the victim told police that their relationship ended in 2017, but that they still kept in touch, and the last time she was strangled by him was this past March. More charges are expected. In the newsroom, I'm Eric Halpern, Eyewitness News.
Now that's just sad that the lady had to fake passing out so he would quit strangling her. That's what this guy looks like. So I just don't understand why people in power, especially police officers, want to do stuff like this in their home. And I'm sure there's a lot more and a lot worse that's happened, especially if they're not on camera doing these things. And then it's just not at home, you know. We got one right here. Metro Police Sergeant decommissioned after being charged with assaulting another officer. A Metro Police Sergeant is charged with assaulting a Metro detective. Sergeant Andrew Njachok, a detective with the Midtown Hill precinct, is accused of pointing a handgun at another officer, demanding information about a meeting. The victim told police that she was attending the meeting with other detectives and the precinct commander on Friday prior to the incident. After the meeting was over, Njachok reportedly asked the victim what was discussed, and when she refused to tell him, he allegedly waved his gun in her direction and pointed it at her chest. After an investigation by the Department of Criminal Investigations Division, Njachok was decommissioned. He was formally arrested just after midnight. The warrant charges Njachok with aggravated assault on an officer. The sergeant is a 20-year veteran of the Metro Nashville Police Department. Until Friday, he was the evening supervisor for the Midtown Hills Precinct Investigations Unit. Now, it just makes you wonder, would he have pointed a gun and put it in a man's chest? A man officer's chest? So it's more of the power that they want to bring the violence into their home. And this was after a meeting in public, and he had enough disrespect for her that he pointed a gun to her chest. This guy right here. So I don't understand, but there are people out there, and there's a whole lot more stories out there like this. But I just know that I've never have ever raised a hand to a woman, let alone put a gun to a woman. That's insecurity and disrespectful. And you just don't do that stuff to a woman. Anybody, let alone a woman. But that's my take on that. This is Freakin' Rican from Freakin' Rican News Network, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.